Ha 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 ha. You're welcome. Hello there, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com and welcome to How WWE Should Have Booked, where I look back at infamous WWE missed booking opportunities and talk about how I would book them differently because I'm a smart ass. So this week we're looking at Damien Sandow. I have never wanted a WWE superstar to succeed more than Damien Sandow. For starters, he's a bit posh and pompous. I can relate to that. And he's just been so royally screwed over for almost the entirety of his career. He started off really well. He was the intellectual savior to the unwashed masses. He had an amazing gimmick, a fantastic robe, and he used to carry the microphone like a brandy snifter. That's brilliant. Things were going really well for him. He was in the DX segment on Raw 1000. That's a good sign. He started Team Rhodes Scholars, which was a fun tag team with Cody Rhodes. And then he won the Money in the Bank briefcase for the World Heavyweight title at Money in the Bank 2013. Everything's coming up Sandow. But then he started to lose. He started to lose real bad. Cue sad music. He lost a feud to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, didn't appear at Night of Champions, lost to Dolph Ziggler on the Battleground pre-show, defeated Kofi Kingston at the Hell in a Cell pre-show, yes, failed his cash-in against John Cena the next night. Against John Cena, who had an injured arm, who was attacked by Sandow before the bout. He lost, becoming the first and only man to be pinned after cashing in Money in the Bank. Mick Foley said on Twitter that even though he lost, this would be the dawning of the age of Sandow. Oh, okay. He lost to Big E at TLC. He was the first man eliminated from the 2014 Royal Rumble, lost in the Battle Royale at WrestleMania 30, was pinned by Sin Cara in less than a minute. Come on. In 9 months, from January to September 2014, he won 3 matches. 3 matches. By the end of the year, he would have won 14 matches and lost 166. He started dressing up as various characters. This isn't over. No. He started dressing up as various characters like Davy Crockett, Bret Hart, Vince McMahon, Sherlock Holmes, Abraham Lincoln, LeBron James, Magneto, twice, and then one night as The Miz. Hallelujah! Who'd have thought this would work? Damien Sandow became Damien Mizdow. He became The Miz's stunt double. At ringside, he would ape The Miz and everything that he did, including getting knocked on his ass. If The Miz got thrown over the top rope, Damien Sandow would hurl himself over the top rope. It was clowning. It was bloody brilliant clowning. It's sort of very simple, just slapstick that you don't really see in the WWE. It was just good, simple comedy. Good comedy from the WWE, who employ our truth. Good comedy. So, crack started to show between Damien Mizdow and The Miz in the lead up to WrestleMania 31. And honestly, this is not an exaggeration, Damien Mizdow versus The Miz was the most organically and well-built feud on the WrestleMania 31 card. That is true. At the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, Mizdow eliminated Miz to a huge pop, then got eliminated by The Big Show. Oh. But hey, we got a feud offered up on a silver platter here, right? The Miz versus Mizdow. How can they screw this up? They screwed it up. There's no hope to be found anywhere in life. They had 3 rushed matches on Raw and SmackDown. Mizdow lost the feud. Miz went off to film another God knows what. And then he started teaming up with Curtis Axel and he became Macho Mandow. God is dead. He got over by himself. He took the worst gimmick in the world and made it work and was punished for it. And I can do it better. Okay, so we start with Money in the Bank. Now the thing is, Damien Sandow was screwed ever since they decided to unify the titles. There's no way you can give Sandow the World Heavyweight Championship if that's on the horizon. Unless you want a hot potato it, but that didn't work out well for Ziggler, so why would you try it? So no, keep Sandow losing to Cena, alright? Okay, just Because remember, even though it was the original sign of doom, it was the first death knell in his career, it was a brilliant match. It was one of the best matches on Raw that year. It was certainly the best match in Damien Sandow's whole career. It was electrifying because you didn't know what was going to happen. So keep that, because it was great. And then have Sandow sort of start to lose the plot a bit. He starts to attack his opponents with more savagery. He starts to bash people over the head with his microphone. He does, he holds it like a brandy snifter, but then just clonks people in the face with it. And he just starts beating and beating and beating them. He has to be restrained. Okay, he wants his rematch. So triple threat match, Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena versus Damien Sandow at Survivor Series. John Cena pins Alberto Del Rio, like in real life, to retain the title. He doesn't pin Sandow. Sandow is furious. So the next night on Raw, he says, damn it, I want my shot and I want it tonight. John Cena gives it to him and they have a 20-minute match on Raw. Damien Sandow does better than anyone thought he could. He almost gets it, but John Cena eventually pins him, and Sandow is driven mad. He's tearing things apart. He has to be restrained by a security force. He's losing his marbles. And remember, losses are fine. It's not just about wins and losses, it's about what is his character doing. Does his character have a story? If you're losing for no reason, yes, that's terrible. But if you're losing with a purpose, that's fine. And even though Sandow's lost all these matches, it's fine because we're going somewhere with it. So he goes to Triple H and Stephanie and they have a secret meeting. And it's announced Brad Maddox is fired and welcome to the era of Damien Sandow, Raw General Manager. Because think about it, he's not the best wrestler on the roster. He's competent. What he is one of the best, funniest talkers. He has a natural air of authority, he's pompous, he's self-deluded, he's perfect Raw General Manager material. Remember William Regal? He would be amazing at it. This guy, he has his own office, he has an armchair, a brandy snifter, he has a fireplace in his office, and above the fireplace is this huge oil painting of Damien Sandow sitting in an armchair holding a brandy snifter. Full pomposity. So he basically becomes the mouthpiece for the authority, not Kane. No one wants to see that from Kane. So yeah, he comes out, gives State of the Union addresses and talks about all the horrible matches that John Cena is going to have to go through before TLC. Ha 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 ha. You're welcome. In the lead up to the Royal Rumble, Damien Sandow is the one that's feuding with CM Punk instead of Kane. Can you imagine CM Punk versus Damien Sandow, Battle of the Promos? It would be wonderful. So we get the Royal Rumble. Damien Sandow comes in and he's number 15, but instead of going in the ring, he walks straight to ringside where there is an armchair, a little side table with a glass of brandy and a book on it. He sits in the armchair, gets his book, sips his brandy, and just watches the Royal Rumble, occasionally reading War and Peace or some intelligent book. So he does that for about 20 minutes until there's only 4 people left. CM Punk is one of the last men standing. He closes his book, finishes off his brandy, jumps into the ring, and is immediately eliminated by CM Punk. Ha 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 ha. Indignity. And the thing about Damien Sandow is he can be the stooge all you want because he's on TV all the time. He has natural authority. He can occasionally game the system to get the advantage. Even though William Regal had his coffee peed into, he was made to kiss the Vince McMahon's ass, he had horrible things being done to him, but that's fine because he had this innate authority and he was on TV all the time. Just don't let Damien Sandow be left adrift. So, coming into WrestleMania, he has a brief feud with Daniel Bryan. He's the one who has to kind of quell this yes movement, and he has a beard versus beard match with Daniel Bryan on Raw. He loses and has to be shaved. At WrestleMania 30, he starts to get into a feud with Dolph Ziggler. In the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale at WrestleMania 30, Damien Sandow tries to do his whole armchair gimmick again, but Dolph Ziggler's not having it. Towards the end of the match, he goes out, grabs Damien Sandow, pulls him into the ring, then Damien Sandow spits a mouthful of brandy in Ziggler's face and then eliminates him. You're welcome, and then get immediately eliminated by Big Show or something like that. So after that, you've got Sandow versus Ziggler, and it's reminiscent of Regal versus Ziggler. You've got the pompous ass versus the blonde degenerate. So There's lots of, Ziggler keeps pranking Sandow, usurping his authority. Sandow makes a match at Extreme Rules against Ziggler, and it's called GM Rules match, which is very similar to the Duchess of Queensberry rules match. Basically, no one knows what the rules are apart from Damien Sandow. He hits him with a chair. Is that a DQ? Nope. Under GM rules, no disqualification. And then Ziggler gets the pin. Nope. Under GM rules, you have to get a 5 count, not a 3 count. And then Damien Sandow smashes Ziggler in the face with a brandy bottle. Brandy sort of become his thing. Smashes him in the face with a brandy bottle, sits down on a chair, puts his feet on Ziggler's chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raises a glass of brandy to the camera, sips it. You're welcome. Ziggler is put out for a while because of a concussion because of the bottle smash, but then he comes back and he wrecks Sandow's office. He smashes the portrait over Sandow's face, and they have another match at Payback. This time again, Sandow wins with the help of the Authority. And this feud carries all the way over to Money in the Bank. It's a cage match. If Ziggler beats Sandow, Sandow has to resign as GM. If Sandow beats Ziggler, Ziggler is fired. Ziggler, despite all the odds, he overcomes Sandow. Sandow is no longer the GM of Raw, and he basically goes through a slump, very similar to how he actually went, but this time it's kayfabe. This time they're acknowledging it. He has to become the WWE merchandise guy. He has to sell Sonic Chicken. He has to shill these flipper bloody toys. He has to sell everything, and he's got this deep resentment in his eyes, and he looks pathetic, and he starts to reek of brandy. And basically he's disheveled, and his life's in a complete disarray after being fired, and The Miz offers him a unique career opportunity. And then we get the whole stunt double shtick, because that was brilliant, except the two men do have a match at Extreme Rules, which Damien Sandow wins. He becomes his own man. I am Damien Sandow. He comes out on Raw like the next few weeks, and he challenges Daniel Bryan for the IC Championship. And even though he doesn't win, the two go like 20 minutes. And at the end, Daniel Bryan raises Damien Sandow's hand in victory, and this christens him no longer Damien Sandow, the comedy character. Now he's Damien Sandow, the wrestler, once again. And then you book him from there as an incredibly over babyface wrestler. So that's how WWE should have booked Damien Sandow. Do you disagree? If so, tell me about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you can even follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.